To CEO P, Mr. RockTheMicNews.com, Mr. Pick of the Week, every Sunday, 9 p.m., iHeartRadio 103 Jams with your boy DJ Jack and Spade. And I have an epic interview, man. One of a kind. The first time with a mogul right now. This man has an incredible record label, incredible publishing company. He got deals with TV companies. He got sponsorships with online radio stations. He just signed the country singer. I mean, what else is to say about this guy? He's been out here 8+ years handling business. I'm talking about Gman Entertainment's own. Gman, what up, man?
What's going on, bro?
So, G, we gonna go get to the vets. We gonna get to the, as Drake says, day one artists. Let's talk about. We're gonna start with Contamination. We're gonna go to Miscelanyus. Contamination. Let us know what is so incredibly special about Contamination. They've been loyal down since day one. And when we gonna get that album, G?
Hey, look, yo,
I'm getting you in trouble now. You know you live now.
Yeah, I know that's messed up. But nah. But what you want to know? You said what drove me to
Where'd you meet him? First introduction.
Man.
Where'd you discover Contamination?
Same thing. 05 is when I first seen him. It was some open mic joint out there in Portsmouth or whatever, and I had seen him perform for the first time. What drew me to them was their performance from day one.
Yeah.
And
best performance, period, man.
Right. Appreciate that. They that's what drew me to them. But at the time, they had a manager. You know what I'm saying? And a manager or whatever like that. Me and they manager at the time was working underneath another company. I ain't gonna say the company name, but we was all working together as one. And in that particular situation, their old manager had to go away and shit like that for some time. You know, he had to do some time, whatever. So it was one of the situations where it was like, look, G, I think you're the best fit for them, woo. So I stepped to Contamination, was like, look, I want to pick y'all up, because at that time I had Young Nine back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time I just had Young Nine. It was no Contamination. So believe it or not, man, it took Contamination damn near 6 months to get back at me, telling me that they wanted to fuck with me.
Wow.
It took that long. Yeah, it took a long time. Because they ain't know me from a can of paint. They seen me around, but you know, them guys ain't, you know, they not no dummies either. Like, you know, they're not gonna just sign with whoever. You know, so I guess they kind of seen some of the things we was doing with Nine during that time. They liked what they seen and they came on board. You know.
Now, what you know, there's a lot of swirling rumors. They are currently still together, because I know right now, like recently, we still see them together, but music-wise, we see a lot of sin music moving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can you touch on that situation?
Yeah. You trying to give it to me, man. You trying to give it to me.
It's a hot topic, baby.
Oh shit. All right, basically like with they scenario, with their situation is that, before the music, they was they best friends. So even to this day, they best friends, whatever. And with their particular situation, right now, today, I think both of them is in two different spots. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of where they both want to go career-wise. And, you know, sometimes being in a group, everybody's work ethic is different. Finances ain't the same. You know, a lot of that shit plays a part into the movement of an artist or group or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think that, they've gone through what a lot of groups might have went through, or even solo artists went through, just kind of trials and tribulations. So, like, I get asked that question all the time. When is the Contamination album going to come out, this, that, and the third? I tell everybody the same thing. Y'all got to ask them that. You feel what I'm saying? Because their situation is bigger than me. It's bigger than Gman. That's a situation where, you know, them two, they know what they have to do to make that happen, and that's on them. But they know them niggas, they don't ever have to rap again, and they already know I got them. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like that with them. You know, so I can care less if another single, a mixtape, or album drop. At the end of the day, they know they with me all day. You know what I'm saying? Because with them is past the music, you know. But I hope, I hope we can see an album from them. I want to see one, I want to hear one, but I think right now the focus is Sensei. Right now we in the process of picking out a scheduled date to actually drop his project. That's another thing. Even with Sin wanted to try his hand a little bit at the solo thing. He was doing a lot of work with Grinch. Shout out to Grinch. A lot of work with him. I think he did some stuff with Bake Skeezer. He's been kind of moving around a little bit. Trying to put his voice on, on other nigga stuff. And it seems like, a lot of people's kind of starting to fuck with him and stuff like that. So, we gotta go and put him out, man, and see what this project do. So, I definitely think,
Let's keep it day one. What's up with Miscelanyus? Now, I'm just put this out here, man. Miscellaneous is definitely one of my favorite, probably at the top of female MCs in this DMV market, if we want to include ourselves with the DMV now. But let's take us, this is a situation we need to know. Because we never got this out. She dropped the record, and then I believe you dropped that record with another company, and then I believe you guys split ways, and then she dropped the mixtape, and then we didn't really hear anything after that. So could you take us through that situation to the mixtape, and then let us know what she's doing now?
All right. Basically at one point, a couple years back, we had signed her over to another independent label, is what it was. It wasn't Gman, it was another label. And it was basically a situation where us playing the management and the label, we weren't seeing eye to eye on a lot of stuff. And then it got to the point to where, it did affect Miscellaneous, because in this situation you had Terrific, which was basically producing this particular album. So you had a lot of money that, that wasn't paid or that was promised. Then it was a lot of politics stuff in her situation. So, we almost went to court and stuff like that and everything like that with the label over a situation because they was trying to keep her. They was trying to lock her in. So, I found a way to get her out of that situation. So when we got her out of that situation, I think it did a lot to her personally. Because, she, this is her first situation, money being invested. I'm talking about these niggas paying for gym memberships, all kind of shit. She's getting money dumped into her. You feel what I'm saying? So, a lot of these artists will never ever have that happen. You feel what I'm saying? So, you finally got somebody put money into you. So, she feeling good, and then the situation crashes, and then, it hurt her. The reason why the management and the label why they weren't on the same page is because on the management side, my job is to be able to put her in the best situation possible. You feel what I'm saying? And with these guys, they would want to throw out music with no kind of marketing strategies and none of that. And that's what a lot of the issue was, along with money being unpaid, and that was another huge thing. For an example, okay, you got Terrific producing a record. But let's just say hypothetically, okay, boom, Terrific ain't being paid. So if Terrific ain't being paid, I'm not gonna release that music. See, that's the power of publishing, because with me having these guys publishing, it allows me to protect them, a lot of the time. Absolutely. Because if you don't, they're gonna get raped. You feel what I'm saying? Because nobody has that to fight for them. A manager can't necessarily really fight for your publishing like that if the artist got their own. So. In that situation, man, like I said again, it was a lot of money, a lot of money that wasn't being paid, that was partially paid, a lot of fighting on records. So then what they did was they sold her whole album to MTV. Is what they did. Now, when they sold the whole album to MTV, MTV is still spinning music from it. Miscellaneous still gets her money to this day. This girl, she gets checks every quarter. Every quarter she gets checks. So, but to this day, we know that her record sold. So you got a lot of unpaid royalties out there for shit that we haven't seen anything on. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, then you got the publishing companies not wanting to issue out checks because they're saying, yo, who owns the rights to these records? So you got us over here saying we own the rights because the stuff ain't been paid for. Then you got them saying that they own the rights because she was recording music for them. Wow. You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of all, yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But in the midst of all of this, everybody ain't been paid. Right. Paperwork ain't been filed. So what we, you know what I'm saying? So what we did, we did what we had to do on the publishing side. So we said, shit, if we ain't gonna get paid, ain't nobody getting paid. So then we hold the money up. You know what I'm saying? But with the album, though, with them put the album out, she definitely gets hers on the album. Right. So now
she put a, just like you was talking about, Get That Guap. She put a mixtape out now. What was there any motivation lost because of that terrible situation to put together a full-length album, or, are you able to put out an album on her, or are they holding stuff up like?
Oh yeah. No, her situation is only a one-album situation, so they got what they were supposed to get. Yeah, if she want to drop an album a day, she can drop an album a day. I think right now, what happened after that, like I said, we put the mixtape out. It did what it did, you know what I'm saying? Right. But after that, once again, I think that, creative-wise and a lot of that, I think she fell into a slump, where she kind of had to, try to rebound herself and get the energy back. So what she's been doing is now she's been in a situation where she's actually been writing for different industry people on the low. So that's why she's been, real quiet, nobody's seen nothing, because right now she's actually writing for two different publishing companies. Yeah, for industry music. So and that's what made me proud, because when she first came to me, she said that she wants to write. But at the time we didn't have them connections or whatever. So, she sat around and she waited. The opportunity presented itself. So now I think that she's in a spot where she's comfortable writing, for these different industry people and just receiving her checks how she get them. She is in the studio now, still recording her own music. But I don't see anything anytime soon on if we're gonna put anything out or how that's all gonna play out. Right. But you know what I'm saying? So she working, she just not working, in the 757 scene she ain't working.
Shout out to Miscelanyus, man. We miss you, baby. Let's go down the roster. SuperStar Sal.
Yeah.
He's had a back and forth relationship with Gman. And what I mean by back and forth, he was going hard, and then he might have, we don't know the facts. Maybe he fell into a musical slump and then fell off the scene for a little bit. But one thing is true to the guy. He always comes back, he always comes back home, So
yeah, most definitely.
What is the current situation with Sal, because he's heavy right now in the battle scene? And what's your personal opinion of the battle scene, and how does his musical future look like from is he papers, management, or anything, or just repping the brand? Explain that whole situation to us.
Yeah, well, what I do is, this is me personally, this has nothing to do at all with so much contraction with the brand, but I do manage him now as him battle rapping. That's what me and him do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, our situation is between me and him. Now, we don't have him on no paperwork with music or nothing like that. Like, he was just in the studio the other day recording music. So he still does his music whenever he chooses to do it. He dropped his own mixtapes. I think since he's been out of Gman, he probably done put out 3-4 different mixtapes, and I let him do what he does what he does with his music. I don't have any say-so or anything with that. I just support him 110. Sal is another one who has always been very, very, very loyal to the Gman brand. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he like family. We kick it outside of the battle and outside of the music thing. So he's also even a friend. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about that whole battle arena? How do you feel about that whole scene? Not even just locally, but just, Smacks on BET right now. How do you feel about that whole culture?
Oh, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love it. Like I said, like, you know, I've been watching Battling back, you know what I'm saying, some years ago back when Smack had the DVDs and all of that. Like, I've been following that long. Now, when the URL stuff started popping up, I did fall off. I fell off for a minute. I still ain't all the way caught up all the way. But me fucking with Sal be having to school me on who's doing what, boom, 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 so I can get caught up. So I'm slowly getting back into who's doing what and, you know, shit like that or whatever. But with, as far as on the local scene, I love what Malk, I love what Showtime and them is doing in reference to bringing a platform here. You know what I'm saying? Where these guys can get in there and get it all.